Yeah, fabulous. I mean, those words that you are using from Rick's about installing things really reminds me that what people need to be thinking about is how they're going to install some of these insights and fabulous practices and make them a habit. And, quite a number of guests actually specifically speak to how to more easily turn happiness practices into a habit. So that's really useful. I am aware that we are coming to the end of the time that we have, but you have invited each of your guests that you've interviewed to either describe or lead people through a particular happiness practice that they are fond of. And I'm wondering if you have a favourite that you would like to lead people through now.
Sure. I'll actually tell you what it is, and then we'll do it. This
Mm-hmm.
is a bit of a play off of Byron Katie's four questions. Byron Katie, you'll see kind of what her questions are. That's to break free from negative thoughts. But what I realize when it comes to our lives is that we also need to really have a formula for really opening up to the positive beliefs that we have about ourselves. And so I kind of play off this a little bit. And I ask you to kind of think of a positive belief that you have maybe for yourself. Maybe it's that I'm good enough, or that life is good, or things are good exactly the way they are. Something like that. I'm beautiful. Something that you might kind of cringe at maybe, but as a positive belief that you'd like to hold about yourself in there. And I'm going to bring you through a series of four questions with this belief. So kind of think of one and just choose one. You're not going to get it wrong, really. And then we will just see what you notice, as you do this. So go ahead and get
Okay.
comfortable, and I'll invite you to close your eyes, but you can keep them open if you want to. It's perfectly fine. Just keep kind of a gaze towards your desk. And so starting off by taking a deep breath, noticing your body sitting here, the positioning of your body, and also being aware if you are holding any tension anywhere in your body, face, shoulders, arms, back. And with that awareness, see if you can kind of allow that to soften or maybe adjust your body in some way. I want you to bring to mind this positive belief about yourself, and allowing it to sit in your mind. It could be something as simple as I'm good enough, or I'm beautiful, or life is fine as it is. And I want you to ask yourself the question, is this thought true? And just see what comes up. Oftentimes, because of the bias we have towards the negative or all of our negative beliefs, the answer is oftentimes no, it's not true. And if this was the case for you, then ask yourself the question, is it possible that it's true? Is there any possibility at all, as small as it might be, that this is true? And oftentimes it's hard to deny that there's a possibility somewhere that this is true. When I step into, so here's the third question, when I step into the possibility this is true, how does that make me feel? Well, settling into that, just noticing yourself stepping into the possibility of that thought actually being true, how does that make me feel? And what might arise is fear. And if this is the case, then seeing if you can recognize that and naming that for yourself. This is fear. What is it that I'm needing right now? Maybe it's to be soothed, to calm the body, soften the shoulders. And if the answer was some kind of opening, some kind of softening to stepping into the possibility of this truth, just just allow yourself to kind of feel that in the body, noticing that, seeing what ideas come to mind, what thoughts come to mind, how life might be different if you actually stepped into that possibility. What might be different? What would you do differently in life if you were to step into the possibility of this being true? What might change? Just allowing yourself now to linger in that for just a few more moments. And now gently letting the light seep through, opening the eyes, if they're closed.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Okay. So a couple of things happen there. A lot of times we have this sense of foreboding joy. So to step into the possibility that it's actually true that I'm beautiful, or life is good as it is, or I can accomplish things that I don't believe I can accomplish, whatever it might be. The possibility of that truth scares us. We don't want to believe that things could be this good, because if we are, we might be caught off guard and we might get knocked down in some way. So what's key there is fear can arise in stepping into the possibility of that truth. And when that comes, we want to kind of work with self-compassion. And, to help you with that, you can go back to Kristen Neff's interview. She talks a tremendous amount around that. Tara Brach is a great interview for that. Sharon Salzberg, it's a fantastic interview around that, around self-compassion and compassion. So I urge you to kind of go back and look at those interviews, if that's what arises for you, to use what they talk about to kind of soothe those flames a little bit, and then give yourself the opportunity to really step into the possibility of that truth.
Thank you. It's a real gift. And the whole symposium is a gift, Elisha. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to put this enormous piece of work together. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be involved.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for all your support too, Kelly.
It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye.